curfew at 6:20 p.m.
Hello! West Alameda! It's after 6 o'clock. Time to give a shout out. Thank you to all the frontline, the essential workers, to the doctors, the nurses, the longshoremen, the bus drivers, the truck drivers, the farm workers, those who work in the stores, the restaurants, the hotels, sanitation, postal employees, counselors, teachers, parents. So please, if you can hear my voice, would you clap your hands, honk your horns, shout, make some noise! Yeah! Frontline workers, thank you! Thank you, neighbors! Yeah, right! So my neighbors over there sitting on the third floor. Okay, so they was hollering and waving. I appreciate them. They do it all the time whenever they come out. So, hey Patricia, how are you? Yeah, it was a beautiful day today. I went outside and got some fresh air. It's actually kind of warm today out here. Hey, grandbaby, sit there and eat your food. It's actually kind of warm. So, let me turn this around. And, okay. Say your prayer, sweetie. Today is September 21st, 2021. It is day 539, which basically since April 1st, 2020, I've been doing either shout out from my balcony or just doing thank you from wherever I happen to be at that particular time. So 539 days since April 1st, 2020. And September 21st, the casualty for coronavirus throughout the world was 4,726,734. Right here in the United States, 696,801. And in the Philippines, where I just recently found a lot of relatives out there, the Lopez family, or they found me, however that works, but really happy about, the Dixons on this side and the Lopez on the other side, and it's really awesome. But anyway, this is what it was for today. Then go to September 20th on yesterday, and you can make the comparison for yourself. You see the comparison of how many people died yesterday from coronavirus and how many people have died today. And this is according to the Coronavirus Pandemic Live on YouTube. And if you go to YouTube, you can find it there yourself. Also on April the 9th, last year, 2020, there was 96,000 throughout the world, 16,200 in the United States, and 203 in the Philippines. Nasla, thank you so much. I appreciate you saying that. Everything is fine. My daughter just had a baby on her birthday on the 15th of September. So her birthday and her daughter's birthday is on the same day. So she just got to bring her daughter back home. Okay, so that is a good thing. All right. Prayers, thoughts, condolences, hugs, and love, celebration of life. So I just want to ask everybody, just please keep in your prayers and in your thoughts all those who have died from coronavirus throughout the world. Keeping your prayers and thoughts, people who have died for, yes, grandbaby, yes,
You
please.
forgot to do the toothbook yesterday.
My what, sweetie?
You forgot to do that book.
You weren't here. Oh, well, I'm going to do it today, okay?
Okay.
All right, thank you. Go finish eating your food. Thank you for reminding me, though, sweetie. People who have died, whether it was from, it was their time or people who were killed because of somebody else's stupidity. And by that, I'm talking about somebody who was driving drunk, somebody stole a car, somebody was high on drugs and ended up running over and killing somebody. And the people they killed just happened to be in the wrong place at the wrong time. So, also anybody who was murdered by the police, murdered by criminals, by thugs, by drug dealers, by gangbangers, by vigilantes, by rebels, government troops, the Ku Klux Klan, the Taliban, the Nazis, the ISIS, white supremacists, the Al-Qaeda, terrorists, domestic violence, and once again, people who have died because of somebody else's stupidity and action. Hey, Catherine. So look here. It's your birthday. It's your birthday. So I want to say, give happy birthday shout out. So, since Catherine's on here right now, I'm just going to say happy birthday to you, Catherine. It's your birthday. Catherine Louise Wolf, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you, Jay Simon, Joyce Davis, Philip Burnley, Hussein Zaid, Jay Zati, although on Facebook it's Zati J, but my bad, y'all. Rhonda Johnson, Guardian Angel, Medic. I don't know if you guys know it or not, but I used to be in the Guardian Angels back in the 1980s, so I still, keep up with some of the angels. And so today is his birthday, Guardian Angel Medic. Floyd Broach Jr., Sylvia Lay. And I also want to give a special, hey Mabel, I'm glad you made it. I want to give a special birthday shout out to my niece, Tamara Lawrence, Tamara. She is an awesome young lady. I was married to her auntie, Pomoja Tammy Lawrence. And so when me and her auntie got a divorce, all the kids and the in-laws, they said, just because you divorced our auntie, our sister, our daughter, you still part of our family, so you're still Uncle Lester. And I appreciate that. So I am Tamara Lawrence, Uncle Lester, and I like being Uncle Lester. And she is an awesome young lady. So happy birthday to you, my niece. Maliyan Karawan, Mahusay Maganda Pamangkin. Happy birthday, beautiful niece. I hope I said it right. Okay. Bahala Na, update on the ATU 192 Union Hall. The Union Hall out there at 8460 Enterprise Way, this is what I said, ain't nothing changed. Well, just a little bit. The driveway is still clear. So I went out there today. I went out there last week, and today the area close to the driveway is still clear. So that's a good thing. However, there's still cars parked across the street, abandoned cars where it says there's no parking at any time. There's also that big mobile home sitting right there by the driveway next to a fire hydrant sitting in the red zone. So I guess it's okay if you have a big mobile home and you park it next to the fire hydrant so you can use the water from the city of Oakland, and you want to do it like that. I guess that's okay, but that's what they're doing. Okay. Wait, grandbaby, niece,
Yes.
you finished?
Yeah.
So don't. What I tell you, you don't say yeah to me. You say yes. I'm grown. Okay.
Keep forgetting.
I don't care if you forget, but you got to remember when you talk to me, the word is yes.
Yes.
Yes, uncle. Say yes, uncle.
Yes, Uncle.
Very good. Throw your plate away. And so right there in front of the driveway, it is still clear, and that's a good thing. So we don't have any. I don't have any issues about that. But they still have abandoned cars sitting on the same side of the street as the Union Hall. Yeah, it's really ugly, but there's nothing I can do about it. But I did want to give you guys an update. I went last week and I went again this week. So hey, that's a good thing, right? Okay, let me turn this around. What's going on, y'all? How's everybody doing? So, I guess you guys know all about some of the things that, I talk about. This. That's the Negro Motorist Green Book. For some of you who don't know, especially youngsters, I talked to my second born son. He was down here from Sacramento visiting, and he had spent the night. And I did the shout out, and I was talking to him about it. He did not know anything about the Green Book. So there's a lot of history that is going, I don't know what's the word I'm looking for. It's not being told or being neglected, or I don't think it's being swept under the rug, but I think because we don't talk about it, people don't know about it. If you don't talk about it, you don't know about it. And let me just backtrack a little bit. One of the reasons is that I feel white supremacists get really upset is because we are no longer willing to be quiet. We're no longer willing to just sit there and listen to what they have to say and accept what they have to say. We won't do it anymore. And so now and when you hear them when they talk about, well, back in the good old days, let's define what good old days is. Okay, good old days with this Negro Motorist Green Book. In the good old days, black people who had the ability to drive cross country because they owned a car, or they were going on business, or they wanted to go visit from up north down to the south, because a lot of our people have family and loved ones down in the south. There's a thing called sundown town. For those of you who don't know what a sundown town is, it's, if you come through that town, you better make sure you out of town by sundown. And that was a serious thing. The Negro Motorist Green Book was designed by a black mailman. It was designed by a black mailman who would let people know where you could take your car and go drive. Like what gas stations would allow you to have gas. Can you imagine? Nowadays we go somewhere, we just stop and get gas. Shell, Mobil, Arco, whatever the gas station is. Well, one of the few gas stations back in the 30s, the 40s, and the 50s, and probably up into the 60s, was Esso gas station. Not only did they allow blacks to get their gas pumped there, but they also allowed blacks to have a franchise where they were the owners and stuff. So the mailman, he ended up quitting his job because the Negro Motorist Green Book became such a hit that he let people know where you could get gas. He let people know where you can get some food. We are so spoiled. We have been conditioned to, when we go someplace, when we go someplace and we're hungry, we just pull over at the nearest. If you want fast food, there's McDonald's, Jack in the Box, Taco Bell, In-N-Out, whatever it is, right? You just pull over and you go get it. Well, back in those days, you couldn't do that. There are certain places that you couldn't go get no food because they did not serve black people. You get tired. Nowadays, we get tired. You driving on the freeway, the highway, the tollway, whatever. You get tired. You see a hotel, motel, Holiday Inn. You just pull over and go register and get in there. But in those days, you couldn't do that. So he put, where could you go get something to eat? Where could you go rest your head? Where could you get gas? Where it was safe. Where was it safe for you to go in and, as a black person, go to an establishment? So that's what that Negro Motorist Green Book is all about. And I bring it to your attention because if we don't talk about it, we forget about it. And it's important that we remember it. Black Indians. So, and I'm trying to make it quick, and I know y'all don't want to sit here and listen to me all day. I'm trying to learn how to talk fast. Black Indians, the Seminoles in Florida were basically Native American Indians who had left their own tribes or had been banished from their own tribes or whatever the case, or they didn't agree with the chief of their tribe and they left, and they end up getting down towards Florida. The blacks were runaway slaves from Georgia, Alabama, and all those Confederate states. Florida wasn't a Confederate state. Florida was actually owned by Spain. So Spain had a policy of allowing the Indians who were coming into Florida and allowing runaway African slaves. They allowed them to come into their territory, but they had an ulterior motive. What was the ulterior motive? Two things. One was they needed a buffer zone against the Americans, the colonies, the 13 colonies. They needed a buffer zone. And allowing Native Americans from other tribes and allowing African runaway slaves to come into Florida and telling them, we will give you land, but you're going to have to be right here on the border between us and all those slave states, the American colonies. The other ulterior motive was to do that. They said, well, okay, well, you got to become Catholic. I'm Catholic, but I realized that in those days, everything was they was real uptight about religion. So I guess having Seminoles and having African slaves as Catholics would cement them closer to the crown of Spain. And that's what that was all about. In the meantime, they kept on fighting. So the Seminoles and the African Americans, they lived side by side. Some of them intermarried with each other. It's only natural that Africans would intermarry with Native Indians and vice versa. And some of them kept their own, they had their own villages. Either it was all black or all Seminole. Or it was mixed. That's, mixed marriage, people get together and that's what they do. So that was one of those things. And anyway, this is a great book. It's by William Loren Katz. If you get a chance to read it, check it out. Black Indians. I think you can look it up on Amazon too, but this is a good book to read. I've also been talking to you about Tupac and everything. But I'm going to close with this. Contrary to popular belief, we have been taught a lot of things, okay? A lot of things have become that's what it is because that's what we read. We read about Paul Revere, and what I told you before, Paul Revere did not actually ride his horse all the way to Concord. He actually his horse got captured, and he ended up walking into Lexington. Okay, and Paul Revere was not the only patriot running around yelling the British are coming. He was like one of 4 or 5 of them, and that's what that was about. The whole thing about George Washington not telling a lie, or George Washington being a good slave master. George Washington was probably one of the crueler, that's not even a word, crueler. He was probably one of the most cruel slave masters during his time. But we have to understand that when history is written, Americans don't want to see their president as being a bad slave master or being cruel. Actually, they don't even want people to know he was a slave master. But you can't hide some things. Some things you just can't hide. But anyway, that's what George was. Okay, so here we go. The first feature-length, all-talking motion picture. Guess who it was? What it was? If you said The Jazz Singer with Al Jolson, you're wrong. The first sound movie were made by synchronizing motion pictures to phonograph records. In 1926, Warner Brothers re-released the previously silent movie Don Juan with a musical soundtrack recorded by the New York Philharmonic Orchestra. The Jazz Singer, released by Warner Brothers in 1927 and starring Al Jolson, was basically a silent movie with poorly synchronized musical numbers and a few sentences of spoken words. Warner Brothers released the first feature-length all-talking motion picture, Light of New York, in 1928. The following year, 20th Century Fox released In Old Arizona, the first all-talking feature film with the sound directly recorded on the film. Okay? So, evidently people think it was Al Jolson. But really, all the Al Jolson movie was all about was just taking a silent movie and adding some music in the background, and wasn't even done very well. So that was not the first movie. Okay. Y'all know about Mikey? Do you know who Mikey is? Okay, so Mikey Okay, there was a candy called Pop Rocks. Do you guys know about the Pop Rocks? It was the fruit-flavored sugar candy nuggets introduced by General Foods in 1975. You guys remember that? I do. Okay? It contained trapped carbon dioxide. And when you place it in the mouth, the candy dissolved, releasing the carbonation, causing freezing sensations on the tongue and mild popping sounds. You guys remember that, right? The Pop Rocks, you put them in your mouth. Pop, pop, okay, I remember that. But anyway, urban legend holds that the boy who played Mikey in television commercials for Life cereal, you guys remember Mikey, for Life cereal, swallowed Pop Rocks, washed them down with Coca-Cola, and the resulting explosion in his stomach killed him. That's urban legend. Remember that. There's a lot of urban legends in this country. However, in truth, swallowing Pop Rocks with Coca-Cola merely produces belching. Belching. Mike Gower, what's up with you, man? How you doing? So that produces belching. John Gilchrist, the boy who played Mikey, Graduated from college in 1991 and worked as an advertising account manager for a New York radio station. Today, Pop Rocks are sold through Pop Rocks Incorporated, a wholly owned U.S. affiliate of Zeta Espacial in Spain. Okay, Mikey did not die. That was an urban legend. Mikey took rock pops and soda pop, Coca-Cola, and his stomach did not explode. He ended up becoming an account manager and stuff. So that's what an urban legend does. Okay. All right. Okay. The light bulb. Well, see, here's the light bulb right there. See that light bulb? Let's talk about the light bulb. Who invented the light bulb? Anybody? Okay, Thomas Edison. Right? Wrong. Contrary to popular belief. In 1802, the English chemist Sir Humphrey Davy invented an arc light by making a plutonium wire glow by passing an electric current through it. Okay, that was 1802. In 1844, French physicist Jean Foucault developed an arc light bright enough to illuminate the Place de la Concorde in Paris. Okay. And in 1845, American J.W. Sears, y'all know who Sears is, right? Received a patent for an experimental illumination device utilizing a vacuum tube. And in 1867, the Russian electrical engineer Paul Jablokachow, I don't know, I might not have said it right, lit up the boulevards of Paris with arc lights. In 1878, the English physicist Sir Joseph Wilson Swan patented a successful carbon filament lamp. And the following year, in 1879, Thomas Edison patented his carbon filament lamp. Edison became the father of the light bulb by building local power plants to generate and distribute electricity. So that's another one of those things that we all believe. I grew up thinking Thomas Edison invented the light bulb. What he did was he put together the factories to generate and distribute electricity. So he made out like a fat rat. But he wasn't the one that actually invented it. Okay, so one last one, and then I'm going to let y'all go. Y'all know about the tulip? Where do tulips come from? The tulip, come on y'all, where does the tulip come from? Anybody? And nobody on here, I understand. Does the tulip come from Holland? Yeah, no. The tulip did not, I say again, the tulip did not originate in Holland. The tulip is actually indigenous to Asia, and get this, Northern Africa, and was first cultivated in the Eastern Mediterranean. The word tulip is derived from the Turkish word for turban. Look at that. It ain't even a Dutch word. It's Arabic for turban. In around 1554, the Austrian diplomat Augerius Juscelinius Busobakicius took tulip bulbs from a Turkish garden and brought them to Europe. A craze for tulips called tulip mania engulfed Germany and Holland from the year 1634 to 1637.
Time to wrap it up, y'all. It's 6:50 p.m.
And from 1634 to 1637, for 3 years in Germany and Holland, people were buying individual tulip bulbs for up to $4,000. This was in 1634. $4,000? Do you know how much $4,000 is worth right now? I mean, if we took $4,000 and put it to today's market value, I have no idea. So I don't know. I was just asking you. Okay? And they were investing in tulip bulbs. Although the craze ended, tulip growing remained a staple of the Dutch economy. Okay? So Europe went and stole tulip bulbs from Turkey, a third world country, and it became known as tulips, which really, it was actually a turban from the Arabic word turban. Okay. All right, y'all. That's it. Hey, Teresa, what's up with you? How you doing? Okay, so that's it, and we're going to go. Come on, niece. It's time for us to do our thing.
I'm just back.
Say hi to my niece.
Hi.
Niece, say hi to everybody.
Hi.
Well, how you say hi with your fingers in your mouth? So you ready?
Hi.
So we're going to do BAHALA NA.
Bahala na.
You got to say it like you mean it, little girl.
Bahala
Mabuhay!
Mabuhay.
Aman la uwe tu.
Umala way to.
Hokahe.
Okay.
Ashe.
Ashe.
Harambe.
Harambe.
You're doing good. Say, que viva la raza.
Vira lasa.
I like that. Jayu.
Jayu.
Good girl. And mahalo.
Mahalo.
Mahalo. Good, good. And shalom.
Shalom.
Namaste.
Namaste. What kind of flower?
Huh? Okay,
What kind of
namaste.
flower?
Well, oh, we gotta do. Well, we haven't done that one yet. Okay. Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum.
Now we're gonna do Wakanda forever.
Wakanda forever.
Good job. Okay, hey y'all, that's my niece, Michaela. Michaela. Oh, now we gotta do. What's the last one we gotta do? We gotta do power.
Power.
No, we
Power.
always do the left. We don't use the right. Power, peace, and love. You do the love first. Because I don't know how to do it the way you do it. That's a heart. You make a great heart. Okay. All right. And Teresa said, good job, Michaela. Say, thank you, Miss Teresa.
Thank you, Miss Teresa.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to make the heart now. My turn?
Yeah.
So show me how to do.
Yeah.
Put my fingers like this.
Yeah.
And then what I do with this one?
And do like that.
Do it like this.
You did it perfect.
I did it perfect?
Yeah.
Thank you. What I say about saying yeah? You're supposed to say what? Yes. Look, you guys. My niece said I did it perfect. Okay. Great. Great job. Thank you. Give me a kiss and a hug. Oh, thank you, baby. All right, y'all. I'm going to go. Everybody stay safe. Stay strong. Please get vaccinated if you can or if you will. And if you choose not to, I understand. But at the very least, please continue to wear a mask. Okay? Wear a mask to protect you from me. And I wear a mask to protect you from me. Did I say that right? You wear a mask to protect. Oh, you know what I'm talking about. Just wear a mask. Wear a mask, okay? Hey, I'm up out of here. One love, peace, and all that other good stuff. I'm going to go. And thank you all. I appreciate all of you for coming up here with me.
Time to wrap it up, y'all. It's 6:55 p.m.